So let's move on to our first story. Stan, you have something to talk about with a very well-known, I don't know what you would call these guys because they're not quite legitimate, but they are a business.
Yes.
Could you go into that?
It's the HackingTeam, and there's a report by, I guess, a few people, Kaspersky and others, that talks about this new development that they've uncovered and what the HackingTeam does. So HackingTeam, they create, I guess, spyware is the best way to put it, for law enforcement agencies and other agencies, they call them, which would probably be like intelligence agencies, and appears to be, based on what Kaspersky is reporting, and probably majority of countries that would be interested in something like this. So the new thing that they were reporting is that they had made some conclusions about the fact that it's not only like Windows malware that these guys create, the HackingTeam, but they found links to mobile malware that they tie back to this HackingTeam, the RCS, which is their remote controlling like service framework. So that's kind of the new thing. You know, they found links to Windows Mobile, iOS, and Android and BlackBerry. So malware for all of these platforms, besides what we've already known about this team, which is OS X and Windows Trojans. For iOS, one thing that was interesting that they reported is that the way they distribute the malware is they try to for iPhone, try to jailbreak your iPhone when it's connected to either your Mac or your Windows PC, and there's like a little loader that they use to install it on there. So it's kind of interesting. You know, I guess when you're getting paid for this, this is actually one of the great examples of when an adversary or some attacker is getting paid to actually develop code. They'll probably be able to cover a majority of platforms and things like that. Because they're creating the spyware and actually like selling it as a business, I guess there's some concerns there, right? Is this legitimate or not? Is there a need for it? It can become a whole philosophical discussion. I know a lot of people have opinions.
Right. The targets, ranging from activists to other people of interest, and it is a sort of a gray area as to who they operate on.
Right. Exactly.
Right. I found it interesting from a malware standpoint that they actually took extra pains to package the Android malware in a way that made it harder to analyze, which is standard packers being used all over the place. But I haven't heard too much about it being used in the Android space. Right. So it was new to me and kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. You're right, and it's definitely something that we'll be digging into, I think, a lot more. They listed a bunch of indicators in the article, so it's something I don't know we'll be pulling at to see what else falls out in terms of indicators and understanding this team.
Great. Well, thank you, Stan.